So let's do another one. This one's going to be the build list on how I built the Franken grinder. So let's tear into it. Okay, so we're going to do totals first. So 2" by 4" box, which is what I use for the base there. That's 19 inches, base being right here, the actual frame. And then 56 inches of 2 by 2 box, and 81 inches of 1.5 by 1.5 box. And then we'll do the rest of it as we go. So starting with the base, you've got the 19 inches of 2 by 4, and then for 2 inch, you've got the main piece here, and then goes down to here, and also this piece here, which allows me to pivot. So I can pivot this vertical horizontal, and then also a 2" piece here that goes from the base and just a height that I grabbed, so we'll talk about that. And then I drilled a hole through here into the pivoting part, and I've got a pin in there so that holds it there, or you can rotate it horizontal and then that pin will go through this hole to hold it horizontal. Okay, so I've got 4 feet on here. These are 1.5" by 1.5" box, and they are 8 inches long, just to kind of give you some side girth. So you got 1, 2, 3, and then one on the back side over there. Then this piece here is 10 inches, sorry, 14 inches from here to here. And then I've got the base off of the frame welded. This right here is a 10-inch piece, and then this shorter one, which is not connected, is a 9-inch piece, goes to here. And then this piece is 3 inches. This piece here is also a 2 by 2 box, but I cut it in half for the pivot, so that's all welded up in here. This piece here goes all the way up to here. This is 1.5" by 1.5". That one is 14 inches. And then just a Home Depot hinge. And these are a pair of Home Depot springs, just sandwiched together. And I welded a bolt there and a bolt there, so they would meet in the middle for your tension arm. Then you just got an eyelet bolt, welded a nut on the inside here, so you can adjust in, adjust out. So that's that there. This tooling arm right here goes back into here. I've got 2 of those. I've got one for my flat platen, I've got one for my contact wheel, and those are 20 inches each. Then I've got a piece of 2 by 2 angle, 10 inches long, notched out most of it so you can get your fingers on both sides right there. So that's that. This is a piece of porcelain tile that I got from Home Depot. I get some nasty marks on there, but this has lasted a year and there's not one nick in it yet. It comes as 2.5 inches. You've got to cut it down. I've got industrial 3M 1x1 tape, double-sided sticky tape holding that on, and it does not move, has not moved, and never. This is, I mean, you can use piece of just flat plate or whatever, cut it to the angles that you'd like, but what I did was, laying around the shop, I had 2 pieces of 3-inch flat plate, butt welded them together, both sides, and then I cut my angles, and I just have one center pivot that's spaced with washers and a nylock nut on the inside, and so you can tighten the hell out of it because I was testing, but it It pivots to any angle that you want. Next is the motor plate, which I did that today. Turned out pretty awesome. You saw my build on that on Instagram, and the preliminary run on here, YouTube. But the plate is welded halfway across the first 2-inch piece, and then welded across the whole backside, and then I've got another bar across here that's supporting it, and that's also welded. That's 5.5 inches wide and 7 inches long. Didn't have to be that long. My plasma cutter decided that it wanted to quit on me, so I couldn't cut it down to 6 inches. Slotted for the motor, so you've got your up and down, and also I did them big enough so you can do twist, but basically I tightened it up and it landed dead nuts. I didn't have to do any adjustments, and it tracks and centers really well. The motor is a 1.5 horse, single phase, 120, 240, 3600 RPM, and the Variac I got off of eBay. Basically what that does, it's like a VFD, but instead of adjusting frequency and compensating for voltage, it just lowers the voltage. So the lower the voltage, the less torque. But then again, if I'm going to be doing 90 volts and spinning this thing at like 500 RPMs, I'm not putting force on it. I'm using it for polishing, so I don't need the torque for that. So that's that there. My tooling plates, let's see, this one here, that's that one I did last year when I first built the Franken grinder. This is a piece of brass. It's 4 inches by 5.5 inches, I believe. 6 inches. 4 by 6 inches. Countersunk that with a screw here, and goes into here, so you can pivot it this way in case you want to do different angles or something. And then this piece right here is a piece of 2x2 box, just so you can loosen this screw. Since your tooling arm is fixed, you can slide the table over any way you want, retighten it down. Alright, so that bar across there is 1.5 by 1.5, and that is 9 inches. And then this is also 1.5 by 1.5, and that one is 14 inches. And then for my tooling arm, this is the other 20-inch piece, 1.5 by 1.5. These are they're 2-inch, 3 quantity, 2 inches long, and I've welded nuts on different corners of each one. So basically what that does, I've got my flat planting in there now, but this is a tooling mount. So you can just slide this in and out. So this would go, I loosen that screw. So you can picture that mounted on the Franken grinder. This would come, if that was there, you could set it here, or you could set it here, or you could rotate it, you can bring it up here. So basically it fits in there like that. And you can tighten it down. So you can go there, or you can go here. That screws in there so it won't go all the way in. Or you can rotate it and you can put the whole thing up here, depending on the angles you want to do. This one, I got to make another one of those so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. But so you can mount it there. Your table is going to be 100% flat, and then you can rotate your plat and back and hit your angles. Wheels, I got the whole wheel set from P. Flunder, and great price. Sealed bearings. It's a 5-inch drive wheel, 3-inch, I believe, adjustment wheel, and then 1.5 or 2-inch flat planting wheels. They are 2-inch, so 2-inch by 2-inch. Um, all the steel I had laying around the shop, it was scraps left over from stuff that I had fabricated in the past. Um, the wheels, the motor, the variac, the voltage adjustment, everything else, including all my belts, is still under $500. And like I said, the variac, you lose torque the lower the voltage you get, but I don't need torque when I'm polishing at 300 RPMs. And that was $100 off of eBay. The motor was a Harbor Freight motor. I know, but Harbor Freight's never done me wrong, other than a little mini Dremel that I got like 15 years ago. It lasted like 12 minutes. But other than that, everything's been perfect. That motor was on sale for $140, and hit up P Flunder for your wheels, your contact wheels. And everything else I made. I made it all on a Saturday. It was the Saturday I woke up a year ago, March, decided I was going to try and make a knife. So, hope that helps. Hit me up with anything else you might need, and I'll help you out as I can. Oh, the contact wheel. That's an 8-inch, 2-inch contact wheel. Got that off of eBay as well. It came with needle bearings. I milled it out on the little mill press for flanged sealed bearings, roller bearings. And I think that's about it. Alright guys, take care. Hope that helped. That was how I built my Franken grinder. And let me know if there's anything else I can do. See ya.